have way more faith in McCarthy being replaced than I do Sean Payton being available. Sean Payton is going to do broadcasting. I don't think, if I'm a network executive, I'm not hiring Sean Payton to come in and take one of my main spots for, a year. Now, if he wants to be the number 3, he wants to be like Bruce Arians, who no one can, even myself included, remember who Bruce Arians worked with. Like, I have no idea. I don't know if it was Fox. I don't know if it was CBS. And I think it was CBS, but I'm not sure. And I don't know who his play-by-play guy was. Maybe you start off Sean Payton like Greg Olsen and move him up. Maybe Sean Payton doesn't want to be an announcer if he's not replacing Troy Aikman or on the level of Chris Collinsworth. And the New York Post reported a little change up in this. So, like, Sean Payton could go and, he was talking about the grind. And Peter King was talking about these coaches, instead of, living a healthy lifestyle, you're drinking Mountain Dews at night to stay awake. That Sean Payton was this maniacal dude who would look at something on the sidewalk and say, oh, I can think of a play based off of that. Is that same energy level going to be there with Sean Payton if and when he comes back to coaching? But Sean McVay I wonder if Sean McVay could play a major, major factor here. The New York Post says if Sean McVay retires or steps away from coaching, as he suggested last week, ESPN would pursue him for Monday Night Football. So if I'm Sean Payton, I'm like, oh, crap. What's that?
You're going to the Rams.
No, I'm worried about my TV position, right? If Sean McVay and Sean Payton are out there to hire as your next analyst, I'm probably hiring Sean McVay. That's me. I think he's more energetic. He's quick. He's probably more with it. His delivery seems faster and quicker. Those are broadcasting nerdy observations. But will Sean McVay squeeze Sean Payton out of an opportunity? Because Sean Payton is looked upon as, hey, this is a must-get guy. Troy Aikman, we think, is leaving Joe Buck. Amazon is putting together their broadcast package and offer. So I wonder if Sean Payton doesn't get his ideal spot because it goes to Sean McVay, if that affects Payton whatsoever. Or if he's a number 3, right? If he's hired as a number 3 somewhere on the broadcast team, Sean Payton, or a number 2, that makes it much easier to leave the booth than if you replace Troy Aikman in his chair. Because if I'm a network executive at Fox, I'm saying, hey, I'm going to hire you, but man, I want you here for 3 years at least. This isn't a one and done. I don't want to be doing like ESPN and replacing my booth every single year. So I wonder Sean McVay and how that would factor into all of it. He's making $8.5 million to coach. Belichick makes 18. Romo makes 18. ESPN tried to get McVay once in 2020. Okay? Maybe McVay is using this for Rams leverage to go ahead and up his salary, but these are kind of the broadcasting dominoes that I see playing out a little bit. What do you think?
Well, look, I think of it this way. If you're a network executive, yes, Sean McVay might be better at the craft. But would you really hire him? It's far more likely that Sean McVay has a lot of coaching left in him and the energy to want to do it than Sean Payton. Now they both might want to do it again.
Right.
But one's 36 years old and one's 56 years old.
Yeah.
Or however old. So it's like, if you're a network executive, I don't want to hire the best guy for 3 years. I want to hire the best guy for 20. And the best guy for 20 years is probably Sean Payton.
True.
Because I do believe that even if Sean McVay needs a break, and he probably needs a break because he's very intense. And
he's getting married and all that.
He's getting married. Might have some kids. Who knows? I suspect that Sean McVay may want to take a break and then go back to it at some point. It's much more reasonable that somebody who's in their 50s could say, it's time for a career change, man. Been doing this my whole life. Let's go. Let's just figure something else out. I'm still in the same I'm under the same umbrella, which is the National Football League.
Ella.
Yes, very good, very good. I love that reference. But I'm ready to not put in 18-hour days.
Sure.
I'm too old for that. So if I'm a network executive, I've got to weigh that. Like, Sean McVay, do you want to coach again? Like, how much is this itch that you want to coach again? And if he says he definitely wants to coach again, then I'm like, okay. Then you go to Sean Payton. Like, are you sure you want to coach again? I'm not really sure about. Oh, okay.
So now, what do you think? I'll turn the question real quick back on you. Is Sean Payton coaching this team after next season?
Cowboys, I will say no.
Will he be coaching?
No. I think the assumption that this is a 1-year hiatus is a little bit presumptuous. I think this is a 4 to 5 year thing. I shouldn't say that.
He's got to be good too.
Yeah, I shouldn't say it's 4 to 5 years. Yeah, he does. I should say 4 to 5 years because it's 5 years. Now he's 63. How many people are going to hire a 63-year-old? I think this is a minimum of 2 years gone. Minimum of 2 years gone.
Okay.
And then he'll figure out whether he really likes it or what he wants to do.
Yeah, I agree with that because like Doug Peterson, he left the Eagles for like 2 years and now he's with Jacksonville. What did he do in between? Nothing. But now Sean Payton's going to get that TV time and that TV schedule and more importantly, that TV check. He may be like, you know what? I can sit out a little bit longer for all of this.